miles away from us across the warm waters of the Gulf. Its proximity and its growing influence in this region mean that the current standoff over its nuclear intentions is being watched even more closely here than in the rest of the world. This is where the consequences of any crisis will be felt first. But just what are Iran's intentions? Its leaders insist their nuclear program is solely for peaceful purposes. The West is highly skeptical. Our debate tonight is therefore about trust. And our motion, this House trusts Iran not to build a nuclear bomb. Where do you stand on the issue? Well, as ever, our panelists sharply disagree. Speaking for the motion, Mahjoub Zweri, Professor of Middle East Politics and Iran at the University of Jordan. He's worked both in the UK and Iran and did his doctorate in modern history at Tehran University. And with him, Mohammed Merandi. He's head of the North American Studies Department at Tehran University. He was actually born in the United States and has lectured there and has written widely on US-Iranian relations. While speaking against the motion, Baria Alamuddin, who's a Lebanese journalist and broadcaster. She's currently foreign editor of the newspaper Al Hayat, and for the last 5 years has headed the International Arab Charity. And with her, Alireza Nourizadeh, senior researcher and director of the Center for Arab and Iranian Studies in London. He was formerly editor-in-chief of a magazine in Iran, which was closed down on the orders of Ayatollah Khomeini himself. Dr. Nourizadeh later fled to London after receiving death threats. Ladies and gentlemen, our panel. So now let me call first on Mahjoub Zweri to speak for the motion.
Thank you, Tim. Through working on Iran last 10 years, I am convinced that Iran is not to build a nuclear bomb for the following evidences. Number one, reports by IAEA stated that there is no evidence since 2003 confirming that Iran has developed any kind of nuclear weapon or capabilities. Number two, the NIE report confirmed in 2007 that Iran has halted suspicious activities. And I put here 2 lines, suspicious activities. 2003, it seems that this conclusion is accepted within American decision-making circles, and the consequently U.S. statements regarding the Iranian nuclear program tended to focus more on peaceful capabilities than weapons production program since 2007. Inaccurate intelligence has repeatedly confused this issue. Israel reported several times that Iran was on the verge of developing a bomb, only to push doomsday forward. This seems more a political tactic to keep Western pressure at a high level and to keep the media buzz going. To me, Iran's focus seems to be more on a development of conventional weapon systems, especially missiles. This trend has started at the end of 2002, and the Iranian military strategy began to change, and it seems to me that Iran is more focused on missiles rather than unconventional weapons or building a nuclear bomb. Iran is not capable alone to build a nuclear bomb, and the relationship with a country like Russia, which has kind of support to Iran, is not in a good shape. So I don't believe that Iran is to build a nuclear bomb.
Mahjoub Zweri, thank you very much indeed. If the Iranian nuclear program is solely for peaceful purposes, why hide the nuclear installation near the city of Qom? Why not come out into the open and say what you've got, as they were required to do by law?
I think according to the memorandum signed by Iran and the atomic energy in 2004, there was a 2-sentence about the time of providing information about a new.
Well, the Atomic Energy Agency has no doubt about what happened. I just want to tell you. I want to tell you what Mohammed El-Baradei said about this. He said this has been a setback to the principle of transparency, to the effort by the international community to build confidence about the Iranian nuclear program, because Iran has been on the wrong side of the law for not informing the agency at an earlier date. That's what he said. That's the position of the IAEA.
But at the same time, the statement also made the spokesman of IAEA has stated that there is an argument about the time. Iran says that the IAEA knows about it. The time to the AAA is not enough to. They are saying that.
You can say there was an argument, but this is the official position of the UN's nuclear watchdog. There's no doubt about what they feel, that they feel the principle of transparency and the attempt to build confidence has failed. They've destroyed international confidence, and you're here saying trust them. You're asking this audience around this hall to say trust them when they've covered up for how long? Since 2006? A nuclear installation?
I mean, hiding facility does not mean they are building a nuclear bomb. I mean,
but it hardly builds confidence, does it? If you're asking people around here to trust them, it hardly builds confidence, does it?
I believe from what I
does it build your confidence?
I believe that Iran is not to build a nuclear bomb.
Majid Zuhairi, thank you very much indeed. Now please let me call on Baria Alamuddin to speak against the motion.
I'm somebody who endorses the position of zero tolerance with nuclear weapons, not only in Iran and this region, but in the whole world. More so, actually, in this part of the world. The Middle East is one of the most volatile, if not the most volatile and violent part of the world. Indeed, we have a case in Israel where we know that Israel has nuclear weapons. So we hardly need another country with nuclear weapons. What we need is to get rid of all nuclear weapons in this region. So we don't want to add another one. I don't trust Iran. Of course I don't trust Iran. Iran says one thing today and another thing tomorrow. How can I trust it? Iran says that it's going to allow the world to take some of its centrifuges and indeed deal with them in Russia and then in France, and then the next day we hear something contrary, completely contrary. I do not trust Iran because I'm an Arab and because I'm Lebanese. I know what it means to work against those countries. I know what Iran is doing in countries like Lebanon, what it's doing in Iraq.